Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The chairman of Shura Council calls on achieving developmental goals of the third millennium before the fourth Parliamentarians Forum in New York. The National Capacity Building Workshop for the preparation of IFCD nomination file starts at Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque in Muscat. And the Ministry of Housing completes the project of establishing residential plots in the Wilayah of Adam in the Governorate of Dakhiliya. Thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in details. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Truong Tan Sang of Vietnam on his country's National Day. The Sultanate participated in the fourth Parliamentarians Forum at the premises of the United Nations in New York, which aims to face challenges and crises in the world. In a speech given by His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal Al Mauli, Chairman of the Shura Council, called for togetherness to achieve developmental goals of the third millennium. The conference was inaugurated by Ban Ki-moon, Secretary General of the United Nations, who focused on his speech on challenges faced by the world in development, climate change, refugees, cases, and peace. Central Bank of Oman stressed that the banking and financial sector of the Sultanate enjoys good and safe circumstances and can accommodate with all economic changes. His Excellency Hamoud bin Sangoura Zidgali, the Executive President of Central Bank of Oman, attributed the reasons of the Omani Rial devalues against the US dollars to the economic fluctuations witnessed by world countries. He stressed that the Sultanate will remain attached to the US dollar, adding that the government continues to offer development bonds and treasury bills in order to absorb the cash liquidity in banks and finance their fund needs. The National Capacity Building Workshop for the preparation of IFCD nomination files commenced at Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque in Muscat today. The workshop was held on the occasion of celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Convention of the Protection and Promotion of the Diversity of Cultural Expressions 2005. It was organized by the Oman National Commission for Education, Culture and Science with the participation of experts from the UNESCO and Arab experts in the area of cultural diversity. It aimed at introducing the Convention on the Protection and Promotion of the Diversity of Cultural Expressions 2005, the IFCD, the unification of visions between local agencies in the field of culture. It also highlighted issues of cultural diversity in order to identify frameworks and programs for the near future. Promoting investments and establishing commercial partnership to attract capitals and invest them in the Sultanate were the main objectives of the Business Opportunities Forum, which is due to start in the middle of November. His Excellency Saeed bin Saleh Al Qiyumi, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry, pointed out during a press conference that this forum will portray a platform to gather big companies, small and medium enterprises with foreign companies and commercial delegations to offer business and investment opportunities. He added that the forum in its third edition will work on preparing an important base to implement the Sultanate's approaches to activate the tourism of conferences and exhibitions. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and still to come in our news bulletin. Developing and discovering youth talents were the main goals of youth program that concluded in the Wilayah of Sohar.
السلام عليكم. دوبيزل اللي تثقوا فيه في عمان صار اسمه أوليكس، وراح يظل أسهل وأسرع طريقة عشان تبيعوا أغراضكم أونلاين. حملوا تطبيق أوليكس، صوروا الغرض وحطوا الصورة. الإعلان مجاني، ما تدفعوا أي عمولة، والقبض من المشتري نقدا.
مع أوليكس البيع والشراء والأسهل.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The shrimp fishing season began in the coastal areas of the Sultanate and continues until the end of November 2015. Around 12 types of shrimps have been recorded in Omani water. The Sultanate's total production of shrimps in 2014 from artisanal fishing and aquaculture stood at 1416 tons. About 96% of the catch was registered in the Governorate of Al-Wusta, compared to 4% by the Governorate of South Sharqiya. During last year, the Sultanate exported 440 tons of shrimps, including 378 tons to the GCC countries. The shrimp fishing season has economic values that come within the approach of the government to diversify income means. The Royal Court Affairs celebrated today the graduation of 12th batch of new recruits at the Center of Training and Qualifying Military Personnel in Al Khawth. During the ceremony, the recruits performed a slow march accompanied by the joint music band of the Royal Cavalry and Royal Camels. They also performed the silent movements and fighting arts, followed by anthem chanting. Then the chief guest distributed awards to the toppers. The ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Sheikh Saeed bin Hilal Al Khalili, Chairman of Planning and Human Resources Affairs at the Royal Court Affairs. Within the series of researches and studies conducted in the national and international documents, the National Records and Archives Authority issued a new study about the Omani sailor Ahmed bin Majid, who was known as the Lion of Seas. The study is rendered in two parts, mainly the traces of Ahmed bin Majid in the field of navigation and geographic experiences and his role in developing this field, making him as a scientific resourcer. It also showcases European Orientalist studies about this Omani character. The study represents a key to understand the personality of this Omani sailor, as he is the founder of Arab navigation science as well as geographic discoveries and the creator of the theories which renews the vision of old geographers of the Indian Ocean. On its fifth station, Omani Society for Fine Arts inaugurated the national event titled Splendor Grow of Qaboos at the premises of Cultural Club in Muscat. The event reflected the fine arts in expressing love and loyalty for the builder of the Omani Renaissance. The event was presided over by His Excellency Ali bin Khalfan Al Jabri, and the Secretary of the Ministry of Information. The upcoming station of this national event will be held in the governorates of North and South Sharqiya. The 5th Gulf Banking Colleges and Institute Symposium inaugurated in the Wilaya of Salalah today. The three-day symposium is organized by the College of Banking and Financial Studies under the theme Institutional Performance Development Through Emotional Intelligence. The symposium aims to promote awareness on how to use emotional intelligence and utilize in performance development, as emotional intelligence contributes in the investment of feelings and behaviors of employees and increase awareness of ways to deal with them and the ability to solve problems and devise solutions to develop and improve workflow. The Director General of Culture and Heritage in the Governorate of Dhofar, and in cooperation with the main committee of the celebration of Nizwa, the capital of Islamic culture, organized the two cultural lectures in the Wilaya of Mirbat. The two lectures aimed at highlighting the role of Mirbat in commercial and civilizational contact and its relations with ports in the Indian Ocean throughout the history. They also aimed at introducing the definition of civilization and its types. The two lectures came in the light of the celebration of Nizwa, capital of Islamic culture. The role of Mirbat port in exporting frankincense to ports of India, Iran and other countries was the center of discussions of the two cultural lectures. The two lectures witnessed wide participation from those interested in the field of history and culture. They also highlighted the role of Arab Islamic civilization in the civilizational contact. The Ministry of Housing completed the project of establishing residential plots in both the villages of Ghaba and Burhan in the Wilaya of Adam in the Governorate of Dakhiliya. The project came within the approach of the government to provide proper living places for the low-income and social securities families. The houses were built according to modern specifications, and the neighborhood included all the necessary services and public facilities, including mosques and gathering places. The citizens expressed joy when they received ownership deeds related to their new houses at the office of the Wali of Adam. Developing and discovering youth talents were the main goals of Youth Program 2015, which was concluded in the Wilaya of Sohar. The program was organized by the Director General of Sports Affairs in the Governorate of North Al-Batina. His Excellency Sheikh Mhanna bin Saif Al-Lamki, Governor of North Al-Batina, presided over the conclusion ceremony. The 2 months program aimed at developing youth skills in the field of memorizing Holy Quran, copper industries, painting and poem. The conclusion ceremony included an exhibition that contained handicrafts. And now for the general weather forecast. Partly cloudy to cloudy skies will prevail over the Governorate of Dhofar, with chances of intermittent drizzle. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies with chances of cloud accumulation and scattered rainfall over the Hajar Mountains and the nearby areas. Winds will be southwesterly light to moderate along the coast of Arabian Sea, while it will be southeasterly light to moderate along the rest of the Sultanate. Seas along the coast of Arabian Sea will be rough with the maximum wave height of 2.5 meters, and for the rest of the coast it will be slight with maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The chairman of Shura Council calls on achieving developmental goals of the third millennium before the fourth Parliamentarians Forum in New York. The National Capacity Building Workshop for the preparation of IFCD nomination files begins at Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque in Muscat. And the Minister of Housing completes the project of establishing residential plots in the Wilaya of Adam in the Governorate of Dakhiliya. With that, we come to an end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, is good night.